never told you about this?
So
Keep Matt Nagy. Don't fire Matt Nagy. Keep him. We are friends with Matt Nagy.
let's not go that far. Let's not go that far.
Actually, whatever. Fire Matt Nagy.
Yeah.
Good
But-
Because he's gonna watch
Yeah.
this.
He's gonna take the
Oh
real
God,
back.
he's got to take us down.
Here comes Santa Claus, here comes Santa Claus, right down Santa Claus Lane.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Photo Editor Suck podcast. I'm Jay Cable from 7th Hour.
Alexis Cobb in 5th hour.
Syed Hashmi from 8th hour.
And welcome back to another episode here for the Huntley Voice. We are here with a special guest,
Emmanuel Tinajero.
Emmanuel.
Ooh.
Welcome to the podcast.
Thank you for having
Alrighty.
me.
You want to hop right in?
Yeah, let's go.
Sure thing.
All right. First question.
Hit me with it.
Yeah. You play running back for the football
Yeah.
team, correct? All right. How do you feel your role differs from others on your team, and how you feel you're important to the team? How do you feel?
Generally, I mean, over the years, I guess the sport has taught me to humble myself, and I feel like in all sports, I feel like that's the outcome of it. In general, just once you're done with it, and you look back at it, you just realize, oh, well, how much I've changed. I would say if I was my freshman year, you'd hear a completely different answer from what I'm about to say now. But right now, just looking back at how we did from this year, and then I feel that as a team, I feel like I really just can't like single myself out and just how important my role is or my position is. I feel like as a team, as soon as we get the momentum going and stuff, we'll be fine. And sometimes it didn't happen this year, which is sad, and it's not the outcome that I would have wanted, being my last year here at Huntley. But in general, I just feel like it's just a team, and just like any other sport, I feel like it's literally just all about the team sports and how it is.
Do you think that was it a team issue for how it went this year, or was it coaching or?
I feel like it was a little bit of both. Just because I remember we did this little photo shoot, and I always think back to this moment. We did this photo shoot right 2 or 3 weeks before our first game. And it was at the Huntley, it was on the field and stuff. And it was with Jimmy Dole's awesome kid. Amazing photos that he does for our team. All respects to him and
Shout
his
out
family.
Jimmy Dole.
Jimmy Doles.
Yeah, Jimmy Dole's is the guy.
Jimmy Doles.
And I feel like after that, we got our pictures in, we got our videos in, and then all the hype videos that we got. I feel like after that, I feel like we just had our heads a little bit just too high, and I feel like that played a big role, especially going into our first game, knowing that we don't know, because usually in football for the past 4 years that I've been playing, we don't usually play Crystal Lake Central, we usually play McHenry. And it was kind of a switch up, I guess, just because from the spring season that we had last year, my junior year. And I guess it was a little bit of a switch up, and I guess that kind of got to our heads saying, oh, our first game is always easy, because it has a tendency, I won't lie, it usually is a tendency if we just plan out everything well, it is usually a easy game. But I feel like we got a really good wake-up call from Crystal Lake Central this year. And it's just a moment that I reflect on it, and I feel like that has something to do with the team, and ultimately it did in my eyes. But everyone has a different view. So, but with coaching, oh gosh, especially with our head coach literally resigning this year.
No way.
Yeah,
I didn't hear that.
Not a lot of people know. There's this Remind app that we use, but he told us that, and then he had this meeting in the PAC. I unfortunately couldn't go because I had work. But he pretty much just said in his letter that he's resigning, and he wishes I would do the best in the years that he's not there. But I do think a little bit that coaching does have a little bit of a factor to it, just because I know coaches don't try and do this, and ultimately they don't. But in my eyes, I feel like they have those certain players that they have their favorites, and unfortunately for me this year, that kind of played a little bit, but I didn't really let it get to me, just because, like I said earlier, it was just how football has humbled me over the years. And yeah, other than really not as much as the best coaching I wish that we had, just didn't really get to me. I did my thing every time I got on the field, and yeah, And I mean, I'm still happy about it. Just no regrets.
Regarding this season, there's been a lot of talk around the school about like how I want to be honest, like the season has been the best. Is there like certain misconceptions or things that people don't know that played a factor into the season that people just don't understand?
Gosh, I mean, just because I've been playing all my life, I feel like just because as a young age, I guess we did it for fun. You know, like we'd play backyard football, and then we'd ultimately play for the organization, like Huntley Youth Football. And then, but I feel like it's really hard to understand if you're not, I guess, like working with us like over the summer camps and stuff and all like the workouts. I guess it's hard to understand from an outside point of view that of what we really have to go through. Like we'll wake up like in the like Sunday mornings literally to do workouts, and or like in the summertime we do like 7. We'd wake up at 7, get there at like 6, and then go all the way to like sometimes 12. Just 4 or 5 hours of just pure football. But
would you say like most people don't understand the hard work and just like look at the results and be like, oh, this wasn't a great season?
Yeah, and I mean, and I get it ultimately. Like I guess it's different between any other sport. Like I feel like I shouldn't talk, I guess, negatively or anything like that against a sport that I haven't tried or have done. Like for the school, just because I know how that level is, just because there can be some really like top tier athletes in just any sport. And I just feel like if you're not there working with us, I feel like that kind of just plays a factor on your opinion.
A little bit ago, sorry, I just keep on asking questions.
No, you're good.
Just
a little bit ago, you mentioned ego and how it affected the season. Has ego like specifically affected you in any ways that you remember, or has ego played a part in your football playing career, I guess?
Yeah. Oh yeah, big time. Especially beginning of high school, actually. I felt like because my brother was a senior when I played my freshman year, and when our freshman season ended, and we got so like they would pick like 5 kids on the freshman team to get brought up. I happened to be one of those kids, and then I got the opportunity, of course, to play with my brother in his class of seniors, and I feel like that got to me just because I felt like I had a chip on my shoulder, just because I have to, one, try and impress my brother, and then impress all the other coaches that I'm going to be with next year, like the following year. And I feel like that had a really big impact on me just because, I feel like it's just, I guess, to impress. But, I mean, like I said, like it humbled me, and then I realized that I don't really need to impress anybody. I just have to work for myself, ultimately for my future, and yeah, I mean, sophomore year, I was getting a little bit better at it, and not as much as what it was freshman year, I guess, but yeah, I mean, it was working. I was working on it, trying to calm myself down when there was a bad play or if there was just anything bad in the situation that was during football.
Chris?
I know this isn't really like an ego thing, but like speaking from experience, I know like coming in as a freshman and getting like moved or put like directly into like varsity is like super hard because you feel like you have to show up like everyone. Have you experienced that? Like, do you feel like you have to constantly be getting better? Because I know that's something that I struggle with.
Yeah, I mean, I feel as we grow, I mean, I feel like in my eyes, I feel like as we grow as human beings and as we get older, I feel like I don't want to be looking back at what I could have done and what I could have done different. And I, like at home, for example, I usually, when I'm by myself in my room, I really like get deep with myself and like I have talks and then literally just with myself, and I'm like, oh, imagine what I could be doing now instead of sitting like in my bed. That's the whole reason why I got a job and everything now. And then because I felt like I just didn't want to be wasting time. Although how much fun it is to be watching TikToks, although how fun it might be, but I feel like I had to get out of the house because I was just staying in my room pretty much all the time, and especially with me hurting my shoulder during the season, that played a big factor because now I can't really go to the gym or anything now. So yeah, I mean, but yeah, I feel like we should just over time, I feel like we grow as humans and our actions and we just get more mature. And yeah, I feel like we just get really more mature over the years, especially, and sports plays a factor in that too.
Going back to your shoulder thing, do you think that's gonna like affect you? Like, I don't know if you want to play in college or like, is that gonna affect you like with recruiting and stuff?
I mean, I can just not tell them. I get
Okay.
But
Yeah.
if any college is watching, just
Yeah.
turn it off.
Just turn it off.
Just turn
Just
it off.
close out the tab.
Just turn it off.
But ultimately, yeah, it's gonna. I know as much as I wouldn't want to tell them because then they might just pass up on me. I feel like it will affect my recruiting because I am planning on playing college football, and I feel like 100% it would affect me. And of course, it's gonna affect me even outside of football as well, because I was not smart enough because I played through it the entire season.
What a guy.
Yeah. So
Committed.
I wasn't. Yeah, and I don't know. I feel like I just had to just because it was my last year, you know, and I didn't want to miss the opportunity, especially with the great group of guys that I've been playing since my freshman year, and then even beforehand, like 8th grade and youth football. But yeah, I feel like it's gonna play a factor. I'm gonna have to live with it just because it was a choice that I made. But I mean, if I love something, then I'm gonna, like I said, I'm gonna die for it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Were your parents upset that you played through it?
I didn't tell them until the end of the season.
Oh my god.
Oh.
Yeah,
Oh my
I didn't.
God.
And yeah, and like my brother, he has a history because he was also a track runner for the school. He has a history with his hamstring, and
Ew.
he played through that because he hurt it during the football season, but then he ran through it during track, and then he actually recently did something to his knee on the same leg during when he was at the gym at Lifetime, and I don't know. He's planning on. I hope he plans on not doing anything more to that leg because it's gonna affect him.
You guys are so committed to sport, dude. The
No.
second I would get that doctor's note, I'd be laying in bed instant.
Does
No.
Does your brother play college football?
He was going to until the whole hamstring incident. Yeah.
Just
sucks.
stopped them from
Mhm.
taking that route.
Yeah.
Sucks.
He was gonna go Division II. I do not remember what college though, but I remember taking the visit with him. It was a really nice campus, really nice. But ultimately, yeah, I guess it's just just the love and just grit that we have for this. I mean, it's insane in my eyes.
Is there like any specific thing that you feel like you played youth football, right? Like
Yeah.
like, is there anything you feel like you've learned or like evolved since then? And how long have you playing, by the way?
Like about I want to say like since first grade.
Oh my
Jesus
God.
Christ.
Wow.
Yeah, since like first grade. But here, what was your question again?
Like, how do you think you've evolved since then?
Oh, how have I evolved? Yeah. Oh,
In your game.
well, when I first started, I did not actually live here. I lived in Cary Grove, so it was about like a 20-minute drive away from here. But I feel like in the situation I was over there when I lived in Cary, I wasn't having the best academic life as well. Like I was always getting in trouble. I was a really bad student, and once I discovered football, changed me instantly, like almost instantly. It changed how disciplined I was. It changed just how I would act at home. That's one thing I've realized over the years, and it ultimately just changed me as a person. Like I can't even, words can't describe how grateful I am just to be have the opportunity to play in my life. And I feel like as I evolved, I mean, I just had I felt like I had more worth just because of, I guess, like my mom says it all the time. She's like, your life is a movie, but do you really want it to end so short? And stuff like that. Because one mistake in today's life, like, it can just like screw up everything. And But yeah, I feel like I got more disciplined over the years, and then once I got over here, because the whole situation with me still being like a bad kid, it didn't end really till like 4th grade, and then I moved here, closer to family. Like my aunt, she lives by Sunset, and moved here in 5th grade, going into my 5th grade year. Went to Martin. Go Martin. Good school. And it felt like I really just had a fresh start, which I really liked. And, you know, I met a bunch of new people, people that I played against in youth football. So we had like little arguments here and there. But yeah, I feel like it disciplined me as a lot as a person, which I'm grateful for. I'm so happy I took the decision to play.
Yeah, it's very cool. Has there ever been like, that's honestly like amazing to hear that you worked with that. Has there ever been like a moment of triumph where you've been like, oh, this is something that I've grown from? Like, let's say like there was like a bad game or something. Has there been like something you worked towards that fulfilled you in some sort of way?
It was more, I want to say it was more of it was honestly literally just getting in trouble in school, just because the amount of stuff that I did. I literally, like 3rd grade, I got literally kicked out of the school. It was called Briargate. I got kicked out of that school, and then I had to go to an Algonquin elementary school. It was called ARS, I think. And I look back on it like almost every day, just because I know how much things have changed, and honestly, I don't even know how it would be. I probably wouldn't be here if things didn't change. And one thing that also made me wanted to pursue football even more was just because the amount of times I was getting in trouble. I don't know what business it is, but I think it's child services, I think. They were going to take me from my family just because they thought that my parents weren't raising me right. And that hit me, and then I was like, oh gosh, I'm like, okay, so this new school, I have to fix myself, and I just have to change. And I mean, just looking back at it, it's usually a hard topic to talk about. Usually I start crying. But I mean, I've been more open with it over the years. But yeah, I just look back at it, and that's one of the most vivid moments of my life that I'll never forget, is when like just moving here and then having the fresh start. Always will be in my life.
So would you attribute like a lot of your successes to football?
Oh, that's a good question. Yeah, 100%. Just cause, like I said, I mean, it changed me as a person, and I honestly just don't know where I'd be without it. And I'm so happy that my parents got me into it, although at first I didn't want to. But as soon as I don't know, as soon as I put on the cleats and the helmet and shoulder pads, I mean, it kind of just hit me. It was kind of like just like that light bulb in your head, and then it made me feel part of something, pretty much, and I really enjoyed that.
It seems like you contribute like a lot of like how far you've come in life to youth football, and unfortunately I know there's a lot of like controversy around youth football regarding like brain damage and stuff. How do you feel about that kind of stuff? Like, do you think, like, I know people are like trying to get laws passed, or like it's like, oh, I don't want my kid who's under 12 playing youth football because he's gonna like get brain damage. Like, do you think that would be like an accurate like thing?
I think it's an accurate claim, because I know because I've had some friends stop just because their parents would pull them out. Yeah. Just because like little injuries here and there, and then but of course when you get a concussion, I mean, that is really bad. Yeah. That is one of the worst things that you can get in football, and honestly one of the most common things as well. Yeah. But going back to what you were saying, I do remember there was controversy when I think it was literally just going to be this state where they were gonna take off kickoffs and kick returns, just 'cause on how full speed the kid would be, just pretty much hitting the other kid.
Yeah.
And this was like a few years back, but I just remember my coach telling me that, and I told him, I was like, it's just part of the game. Once you take it out, it's just not the same.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't blame parents that take their kid out of any sport, honestly, just 'cause I mean they're looking out for them and stuff. And maybe it's for the best, maybe it's not. But I feel like if they do continue to play, I feel like it'll really impact them. Maybe it'll impact them just as much as it did to me, maybe even more. But yeah, I mean, I feel like if they're gonna take them out, I hope they make sure they're doing the right decision, because it's gonna be. I feel like it's gonna be either really easy to get them back into it in the future, or just really, really difficult.
I've never thought about it like that. Like talking from, let's say, from your perspective, if you use like football as escape, like those kids wouldn't be granted that opportunity.
No,
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I guess thinking outside of just the safety, I think thinking about like the emotional and like mental connection people have with the sport, I think it would be sort of a disservice to a bunch of kids that might have been in your situation that could have used football.
Oh yeah.
Are you a Bears fan? I know that was very
I am.
a very shifting tone, but
Yeah,
Are you a Bears fan?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like maybe it is just me, but I have my home team from where I am living, which is the Chicago Bears. Love them. I don't really like the coaching from Matt Nagy, but it's okay.
Fire Matt Nagy.
Fire Matt Nagy. But another team that I've always liked, maybe it's just 'cause of the era when I really started watching it, was like 2014 with the Seattle Seahawks, with Cam Chancellor, Earl Thomas, Richard Sherman, Legion of Boom.
Yeah.
Honestly, that might be my favorite team as of right now, just 'cause of how the Bears are doing. But yeah, I mean, Chicago Bears are up there for sure. Just
are there any other sports you're like really passionate about?
Track.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Who's your like favorite track star?
Thank you, Syed.
I don't think he gets the notice that, I mean, he did in like high school and college, but I don't think he gets it now. He's a 400-meter runner and 200-meter runner named Michael Norman. Yeah.
I love Norman.
Yeah. I feel like he doesn't really get the recognition as of right now, but I mean, I get it just 'cause there's so many like new faces that pop up like at any time. And but yeah, Michael Norman for sure.
Yeah. I have no idea. I know that's a crazy shift in tone.
Yeah,
no, we needed to lighten it a little bit.
Our family has a huge connection with the Bears too. We got a grill upstairs from the coach's son.
Oh,
What?
really?
Yeah, they were. Have I never told you about this?
So
Keep Matt Nagy. Don't fire Matt Nagy. Keep him. We are friends with Matt Nagy.
let's not go that far.
Actually, whatever. Fire Matt Nagy.
Yeah.
Good,
But-
Because he's gonna watch
Yeah.
this.
He's gonna take the
Oh
grill
God,
back.
he's got to take us down.
Yeah. He's gonna take the grill back.
The grills are amazing, but
Yeah,
not
it's
as the
a nice grill though. It's
Why did he give you a what? How
no,
does
because
that?
he was just selling it.
So he didn't give you the grill. You bought
You
the
bought
grill.
the grill from his
No,
son.
because we. What was the last name? Danky? It's something with a D.
What?
What?
Dicka?
Dicka, that's what it was. Okay.
Different code.
Okay. I don't watch them that often,
The
but
Bears.
our family supports the Bears. And we were getting a new grill, and the lady was like, "You might want to check that last name again." And it was like Mike Dicka, and we were like, "What?"
Yeah.
Like we realized that it was the Dicka's family. It wasn't the actual coach; it was the coach's son.
Yeah, that's
So he didn't give you a grill. You bought a
bought
grill with
it,
his
the
last
grill.
name on it.
Well,
Wow.
no. It, like, that's literally who they were. Their last name was Dicka. So.
Well, to this day, do you know if it's the coach's sons?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
So is it a
but we
grill
bought
company?
it. From,
Okay. All right.
That's crazy.
That's something we hold with them. There was another.
He's like sort of a legend in Chicago.
Oh, yeah.
Mhm.
Dicka's
Big
a
time.
legend, yeah.
But that's something we always hold with that grill now. We use it every day in the summer.
Very,
So
very sick.
I thought you were talking about Nagy.
Yeah,
I was like, toss it.
Throw it away. Throw it away. I thought you were too. I was about to be like Matt Nagy.
Sandpaper the name out.
Yeah.
Just get it out of
Yeah.
that.
Mhm.
Just replace it with this.
Yeah.
Is it like a Bears grill? Is like a Bears logo on it, or is it just
No.
a normal grill?
It's just
Oh.
a normal grill.
Okay.
Right.
That's still really neat though.
Yeah. Is
Mhm.
there any memorabilia that you have from your career that you think is very interesting, or parents have kept, or anything like that?
I mean, when I was younger, we did. So this is when I would play at Carey. So like what we would do, there would be the high schoolers that would come down and then coach us for a little bit during practice.
Mhm.
And I remember this one kid named Trevor. He was an offensive lineman. He came down, and he was coaching us, and then he gave us like a little speech, which is another thing that I guess touched me as a little kid. It really hit hard to home, and I remember him, and he pretty much gave a speech, and then like I think 3 weeks ago, I saw him actually playing on TV, which is
Where?
actually kind of cool. Carolina,
Oh,
on the
damn.
Carolina
No
Panthers.
way.
Yeah,
Ooh,
I did
wow.
not know that, and then I recognized the last name. I recognized him because he looks the same
Oh
somehow.
my God,
His
wow.
beard's like a little a
That's
little
crazy.
longer now, but yeah, I mean that's actually that's what I find pretty cool. Seeing someone as I was a kid, and then seeing where they are now, and then seeing them on national TV.
If you're
it's
watching
exciting.
this, hit him up.
Please. No, yeah, it was actually really cool.
We're such great fans of the Panthers.
Can't leave it.
So yeah, that's.
Okay,
is-
wait. I know. Sorry, Syed. Do you want to go?
No.
I know you wanna end up in college playing football. Do you have plans to go to the NFL?
Yeah. I feel
Ooh.
like my journey as it has began from when it did, and I wouldn't want it to end just at almost the peak, I guess. I'd rather, like climb that mountain, and then honestly when I get there just embrace everything that I've done in my past, and just every like drip of hard work and just sweat that I can just look back at, and just like kind of like what I said earlier. I don't want to look back at something that I couldn't just
Mm.
fulfill.
If you make it to the NFL, we were all your best friends.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Yes.
Yeah.
I remember
Okay,
that.
but like, what team? This is the good
What
question.
team?
We might
Ooh.
squander future opportunities.
Mm.
I don't think we want to do that.
Oh God. They're gonna look back at that.
It's gonna be pressed in like 10 years. It's gonna be like,
Wow.
hey, manifest it, bro. Come on.
Yeah, literally,
Yeah.
literally, this is manifestation.
Cleveland.
Ooh.
Okay.
The Browns. I think just 'cause on how they run their team, I feel like, especially 'cause when they were doing what they were doing a few years back, when they had a really terrible season, they only won I think like 1 or 2 games.
Oh, jeez.
After that season, they bounced back, and then they ended off with a pretty good record in the end of the season. So,
Mhm.
I mean, I don't know. I feel like just looking at that, I feel like their program would be nice,
Yeah.
and for my future. And maybe I just guessed the team that maybe I'll be on in like 5 years,
Yeah.
6 years. But we'll see.
Yeah.
But yeah,
It's gonna be. It's very dope.
no, it's gonna be an adventure. But we'll see.
Am I allowed to ask where you want to play college football, or is that
Yeah.
off the table?
Because like if you say something that someone else might not like, I don't know.
I can tell you where you can see it, like in the future,
Okay.
because I've been waiting for this one thing from someone I'm not gonna name, to send me, and then I will be posting it on my Instagram on where I will be going.
Follow Emmanuel at
At
Tinajero_04.
to have
On
the future
Instagram.
commitment. Just follow up.
Yeah,
Mm.
it'll be recently.
Yeah.
It'll be recent. Like soon coming up. But yeah, I feel like my choice where I pick, I feel like it's a really good choice for me. Loved the campus. Went up there with my brother. He liked it as well, and it really opened my eyes just 'cause of how many opportunities colleges actually have.
Mhm.
Like, I was really just astonished, and then realizing that the community that they have there, and it being like neighbors with another college, a really nice college as well, and then just seeing how much they get along as well. And of course, there's gonna be some arguments, I guess, and like a little rivalry here and there. But yeah, I feel like it's just gonna be I feel like it's gonna be cool. I'm really gonna be happy about it, and yeah, I don't really expect anything else from it. I just feel like I'm just gonna be really happy. You know, I'm taking the next step, and yeah.
That's great.
All right.
So thank you for
All right.
being on the pod.
Oh, yeah,
We really
of course.
appreciate it.
Thank you
We've
so
been calling
much.
you football guy for a little bit.
Yeah, literally.
So we've learned that you are more than football guy.
More than
You're
football
even
guy.
better.
Way more
Yeah,
than
all right.
football guy.
So thank you
Yeah.
so much.
No,
really
yeah, of
appreciate
course.
it.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, of course.
Thank you.
And what's your Instagram again?
Tinajero Tinajero_04.
We'll put a text
Shout
right
out.
there so you guys can look at it. Make sure to follow him. Make sure to like and subscribe to Photo Editor Suck on YouTube and as well Spotify. Make
us
sure
on
to visit huntleyvoice.com here or there.
Follow us on Instagram. Follow
Mhm.
us on TikTok now. Yeah, we have a
Yeah,
TikTok.
we have a
TikTok.
TikTok
So yeah, do that.
now. All right. We'll see you guys next week. Love
Yes.
you all.
Bye. Love you.
Bye.